Hi, it's Nørgaard. So today I'm doing this makeup tutorial, and this is a look inspired by St. Patrick's Day. So personally, I don't celebrate St. Patrick's Day. I'm from Denmark. In Denmark we are Protestants, so we don't celebrate. But if you do, happy St. Patrick's Day. And yeah, I did this look inspired by the day. So of course a whole lot of green, a lot of glitter, and this is also a new first impressions tutorial. So yeah, I just wanted to show you guys my new nails. I got gel nails and I actually did them myself, and I think they're pretty good considering that I made them myself. Okay, but yeah, that's it. I think I don't really have a lot to say. I talk a lot throughout the video, so it's probably going to be so long, so let's just cut to the chase and get right into it. So if you like this look, then don't forget to give this video a thumbs up and remember to watch in high definition. And yeah, without further ado, here comes the tutorial. Okay, so we are starting out with the eyes, and that's why we are up close and personal. I want to do the eyes first because I'm going to do quite a heavy, colorful eye with glitter. So the first product I'm going to try out is this eyebrow lifter and filler in light. It's by e.l.f. So this is like a super old product from e.l.f.'s line. I have just never picked it up before, but it has your brow color, and then it has a little highlight. And actually I have this thing from BornPrettyStore as well. So this is like a little eyebrow guide. So I guess we can try it, right? So let's start out over here. Oh, this pencil is way too thick. Okay, never mind. I'm going to just draw on my eyebrows. So this is not at all as bad as I had feared. I've heard that this should be really thick and creamy, and while it is thick and creamy, it's not extreme. It's definitely workable, and I have had brow products that are more creamy than this, and the color is actually really nice. The only thing is that because it is a jumbo pencil, it's really hard to get like a precise tail. So this is probably a product where I will always have to clean up my brows when I use this, and that is also what I'm going to do. I'm going to take the little ivory end and I'm just going to trace underneath the brow. So I actually quite like this ivory shade. I think it works really well for like an under eye cleanup, like an underbrow cleanup. So I'm just going to use my beauty blender to blend this out. So next I'm going to prime my eye with this MAC paint pot, and this is soft ochre. I've never tried the paint pots before, so I'm just going to apply that on my entire eyelid. It's very yellow. I was contemplating whether I wanted to get painterly or this soft ochre color, and I might have to go get painterly because this is very yellow. Also, it's really dry. I wasn't expecting it to be this dry. So now I'm going to dabble in my Lorac Unzipped palette. So I think I'm going to use this undercover eyeshadow as my brow bone highlight. This is just like a soft matte beigey pink color. It seems to be applying well. So now I'm going to take the color called Unconditional, and I'm going to blend that as my transitioning color. It's like a soft dusty mauve color. It's also matte. So I want a green eyeshadow base on my eyelid, so I'm mixing these two cream duo eyeshadows by e.l.f. So this one over here is called Eggplant, and this one over here is called Olive. So I'm just mixing the two green colors, and I'm going to place this down on most of my mobile eyelid, and I'm using a little sponge tip applicator from BornPrettyStore. Then I'm going to take the e.l.f. Duo Powder Eyeshadow in Olive, and I'm using the light green color, and I'm just applying this green eyeshadow right on top of the bases. This is a beautiful, beautiful color. So now I'm going to use this Duo Eyeshadow Cream by e.l.f. again. This is in the color Black Licorice, and I'm going to use the darkest color, and I'm just going to apply a little bit of that out here in the outer corner. You can see it's super dark, and I'm just going to pat that out with my finger. And then I'm of course going to take the matching powder eyeshadow, and I'm just going to apply the powder eyeshadow right on top of the cream. And this stuff is really pigmented, so you don't need a lot. And I'm just going to bring it ever so slightly into my crease. And then now let's go ahead and blend that out. So I do really like these e.l.f. eyeshadows. I think they are really nice and pigmented, but they are a little bit powdery, which means that you can get a bit of fallout when you apply them. So I prefer to do my eyes first when I use the e.l.f. eyeshadows. Now I'm going to use this Wet n Wild eyeshadow trio. It's called Don't Steal My Thunder, and I'm going to take the darkest color and I'm just going to work that into the outer corner on top of the black e.l.f. eyeshadow. And I'm just doing this to add a little bit more darkness and definition out here in the outer corner. And then I'm just going to blend that out a little bit. So now I'm just touching up the green eyeshadow to make sure it still looks nice and vibrant. So I'm going to put down this base for my inner corner highlight. This is by LA Colors. It's just a jumbo eye pencil. This is in the color Iridescent Light. So I'm going to apply this around the tear ducts. But first I'm just cleaning off the fallout in the inner corner. And then I'm going to apply this around the inner corner. This is like a really interesting color. It's almost like transparent, but it has little bits of, it looks like purple glitter. So the color I'm going to put on top is from this Physicians Formula Custom Eye Enhancing Eyeshadow Palette, and this is for Hazel eyes. So I'm going to use the very lightest top eyeshadow, and it comes with this really weird sponge tip applicator that I'm going to try and use. So I'm going to do my liquid liner now. I'm trying out this Wet n Wild H2O proof liquid liner, and this is in ultra black. So I'm going to try and do a wing liner as always. So this is my eyeliner. I just did some wing liner and cleaned it up with some makeup remover to get a sharp line. Now I'm going to use this Baby Lips by Maybelline. This is the Dr. Rescue kind. So this is called Just Peachy. I'm just going to apply that because my lips are dry. And these are my favorite baby lips. So now let's go ahead and do the glitter. I'm going to use this Lit Cosmetics glitter base, and the first glitter I'm going to use is 3D Silver by MAC. So I'm going to apply a little bit of that right in here, and then I'm just patting the MAC glitter on top. Then I'm going to take this glitter by Lit Cosmetics. This is a beautiful chartreuse color. It's called Lemon Tart. So I'm going to apply that next to the MAC glitter, and this is a lot finer than the MAC glitter. So the next glitter I'm going to use is this one, again from Lit Cosmetics. This one is like a muted green color. It's called Farah. So again, I'm just applying my glitter next to the previous one. So the last glitter I'm going to use is Space Debris. This is by W7. It's in the color green. So this last glitter is going right here towards the tail of my eyeliner. And this glitter has both big and small pieces in it. And now I'm just going back over my eyeliner. I definitely find liquid liner to be the easiest to work with when you have glitter on your eyelid. Okay, so I have removed most of the glitter fallout. It's not really possible to remove all the glitter. It just sits on the face. It's really hard to get off. But I tried removing as much as I could. So now we are going to do primer, and I have two primers that I'm going to try out today. So this one is W7 Prime and Glow Illuminating Primer, and this one is L'Oreal Lumi Magic Pure Light Primer. So I'm going to start out with this. So it's in a compact and it feels really thin. I'm hoping it will kind of fill in my pores. Yeah, it just feels kind of thin. It doesn't feel overly greasy. It just feels like a really thin product. And I'm also going to apply that over my acne scars to hopefully smooth that down and make them not so noticeable. So yeah, it feels incredibly lightweight. Then I'm going to apply a bit of the L'Oreal primer. So I'm just kind of focusing on the high points of my face, but not really. It glides on easily. So those were supposed to be like dewy primers, but I don't really think I look that dewy. So anyways, I'm going to try out this Doo-Wop. I think that's how you say it. It's an excuse me, it's an under eye primer. So this part of the product is the under eye primer, and this one is like an under blemish primer. I'm just going to use the under eye primer. So it's like a little, almost like a thick eyeliner brush. Do you guys see that? So weird. So I'm just brushing that on my under eye area and then pat it out with a finger. It feels incredibly lightweight. It barely feels like I put anything on. So anyways, let's move on to the final thing before foundation. That is this Night Glow highlighter by W7. So this is supposed to be a dupe for Benefit High Beam. I don't own High Beam, but I'm just going to pop that on the high points of my face. And I'm just blending it out with my finger. This is quite glowy, but it also has quite a strong pink tint. I thought it was going to be more champagne colored. So actually, before I do my foundation, I'm just going to clean up the brows up here, just so that I hopefully won't mess them up when I go in with my foundation. And my concealer is going to be by Hard Candy. This is the Glamouflage. And I have this in Ultra Light. So I just go around the brows up here on the top, and I'm going to just blend that out with my beauty blender. So for my face, I'm going to mix two products. The first one is this foundation by W7. This is called the Genius Feather Light Foundation, and I have it in the color Sand Beige. And I'm going to mix that in with some of this Wet n Wild Ultimate Sheer Tinted Moisturizer. This is in the color Ivory. So this W7 foundation is incredibly liquidy. Like, it's super runny, and this combination is a little bit dark for my skin tone, unfortunately. But let's try and make it work. I'm just going to blend it in with my beauty blender. So it blends in really easily. So I'm applying a second layer to see how buildable it is. So I do like this foundation combination. The first layer I did was very light coverage, but it has definitely been built up to probably a medium coverage. It's quite nice. However, I do think it's funny how it looks really matte, because I did use those illuminators and primers, and it feels really nice on the skin. It feels super lightweight, and it also sits really nice on the skin. It doesn't emphasize my pores or emphasize anything that I don't want it to emphasize. So I'm going to use my Glamouflage again to highlight my face. So I'm really using this to highlight the face. So I'm going all over. So once I have gone really crazy with the concealer, I'm going to blend it out. So now that I have my concealer blended, I'm going to set everything with this Ben Nye Neutral Set luxury powder. So today I'm actually baking a little bit, since I've heard that this powder is good for that. So once I have let that sit for just a few minutes, I don't have the patience to sit here for 10-15 minutes to wait for this to bake. So now I'm going to try and dust it away. And then I'm just using a tiny bit of the same powder to set the rest of my face. So all the places I did not bake. So the next product I'm going to use is this the Manicer's Sisters by the Balm. So this contains all 3 of the Luminizer highlighters by the Balm. And I already have Mary Luminizer. But I'm going to try Betty Luminizer. But since it's quite dark, I'm actually going to try and use it as a bronzer. So I'm just going to apply a little bit of that on my cheeks. So I actually really quite like this as a bronzer. But of course you have to like shimmery bronzers, because this is really shimmery. And I also go a little bit along my jaw as always. So let's move on to the contour. I'm going to use the e.l.f.'s Cool Bronzer, and this is a completely matte bronzer. So it looks like this, and I think this is going to be a very nice contour. So I'm going to use this contour brush by BornPrettyStore. That is an intense contour. So I just went ahead and cleaned up my contour on my cheeks. So now it looks like I have a nice white beard. So now I'm contouring my nose. So I'm just going to let this sit while I do my blush. So I have this blush by BH Cosmetics. This is the Floral Blush Duo. I have it in the color Iris. So this is so gorgeous. I have these 2 beautiful colors. I'm going to go with this one today, but as you can see they are really pigmented. So I'm just going to apply that blush right here. So I'm applying my blush today a little bit lower than usual, and I'm just going to blend that out. And then I'm going to do my highlight. So I have this beautiful highlight. This is from Wet n Wild from the Fergie collection. This is called Rosé Champagne Glow. And I'm going to use my BH Cosmetics fan brush. And I just switched over to this BornPrettyStore foundation brush. And I'm just going to blend it in right here on the apples of my cheeks with my blush brush. And now I'm going to sweep away all of this baking powder. And I'm just going to further use my big powder brush. So once I have all my face makeup on, I'm going to set everything. And I'm going to use this City Color All Set setting spray. I just need to get my hair out of the way. And now I'm just going to apply it. So now we are back in and doing the eyes. Because we're going to do the lower lash line. And I'm going to use this e.l.f. Duo Cream Eyeshadow. This is in the color Blueberry, and I'm going to mix the 2 colors, and I'm going to apply them with a Q-tip along the lower lash line. And then I'm going to apply the matching eyeshadows on top. I'm going to start out with the lightest color. So I just applied that on like the inner third, I think, of my lower lash line. And now I'm going to take this Meat Matte palette by the Balm, and I'm going to use this kind of turquoise color. It's called Matte Shilling, and I'm just applying that on like the rest of the base. So this is what the lower lash lines look like. I want them to be just a little bit darker in the outer corner, so I'm going back to this e.l.f. Duo eyeshadow in Black Licorice, and I'm going to use this darkest color down here. So here you guys can see what it looks like when I just darkened this outer part right here. So finally for the eyeshadows, I'm just going to re-highlight the inner corners. So I'm going to put down a bit more of this base. So yeah, just apply a tiny bit around the tear duct. And I'm just doing this because it did get covered up a little bit by my concealer. And I just take that same highlight color and I just pop that right around the inner corner. So for my upper waterline, I'm going to use this MAC Eye Kohl. This is just in black. It's called Spooner. So I look down into my mirror and apply this on the upper waterline. And I have heard that this eyeliner, it can be smudged, but it sets after like a few minutes. So let's hope that's true, because I don't really want it to transfer down onto my bottom waterline. So for my lower waterline, I'm going to try out this Wet n Wild Color Icon eyeliner in e.l.f. So this is what the eyeliner looks like on the waterline. It's not a really intense color, it just kind of looks like an off black. So my mascara for this look is going to be CoverGirl Lash Blast Volume waterproof black mascara. Yeah, just going to try out this mascara. So I just applied this mascara to top and bottom lashes, and I must say, so far I really like it. It has a really nice texture and it seems to really pack a punch, but it's a little bit hard to see on my lashes today because I do have some glitter and some glitter base on my lashes, so they're not completely the best. But now to finish off the eyes, I'm going to use these eyelashes. These are by House of Lashes and these are the Iconic. So the eyelashes come with this little lash ruler, it's called, but I'm not going to use that today. So now I'm applying my falsie. Okay, so these are the Iconic eyelashes by House of Lashes, and I definitely think these are so beautiful. So I do actually have 3 million different lip options, but I think I'm just going to show you one today because I want to wrap this video up now because I have been sitting here for 3 hours. So the color I'm going to go with is this one by e.l.f. This is the matte lip color, and this one is in the color Prelim. So this is like a warm neutral color. So I'm just applying that. So that's Prelim. So this is my finished St. Patrick's Day / first impressions makeup tutorial. So if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already. And yeah, I will see you guys in my next video. So take care and bye bye.